Thank you for coming to a wine tasting that serves white wine in the middle of January. This is usually not the time of year for that, but I appreciate you taking part. Golden Cluster kind of happened really out of a love of old wines. So prior to making that first vintage in 2013, I had made a wine in France back in 2011 and Terroir, Spain in 2010, and I was really obsessed with old wines. In the spring of 2013, I was filming and walking vineyards with a friend of mine, Barnaby Tuttle, at the Sonic Wine Company. He sources a lot of the old wine Chesserat and old wine Sylvaner that's in this same vineyard. And I remember both of us were walking around the corner of the winery, and we noticed these huge vines, like much bigger than anything else on the property. And we just sort of, haphazardly asked the vineyard manager, what are these vines? And he just said, oh, that's our Semillon. And both of us just looked at each other like, what? Semillon? How? This has been here this entire time? Like, yeah, these were planted around 1965, 1966. And Barnaby and I just looked at each other, and I have it on film. Barnaby lunges at this vine. He grabs it and he says, this is when Let It Be came out. He was like, I was like, this is the 65 Corvette. This is like, he went crazy. After discovering the Semillon and making the wine from that, I set out to kind of learn a little bit more about this vineyard, learn a little bit more about Charles Corey and his origins, and kind of get an idea of why he even came up here to begin with, and why these particular grapes were planted here. Mr. Corey was the top student at UC Davis in 1961 through 1964. He received a scholarship to go to INRA, which is the French government's body for growing grapes, for experimenting with grapes, and most importantly, they are responsible for keeping all of the cuttings from every single wine grape that has been known to grow in France. And we jokingly refer to him as sourcing cuttings from these experimental vineyards and bringing them into Oregon and planting them there. He was crazy for clean material, for original material. And so a lot of the grapes that are planted up at the Charles Corey, which is now called David Hill Vineyard, are extremely rare grapes in our modern context. These are not grapes coming out of UC Davis. For the most part, these are all grapes that he brought from Alsace. The first wine you're going to have tonight is an extremely rare grape called Flora. And this was one of the original grapes that was developed by Dr. Olmo in 1938. It was planted here in Oregon in 1966 by Charles Corey. It is a crossing of Semillon and Gewürztraminer. It was bred specifically for our emerging wine culture. You got to remember, as we came out of Prohibition, we weren't drinking a lot. We didn't have the palates of old European wines. We didn't have an acidic palate. We didn't have a bitter palate. We had a really soft palate. So this first one is going to be quite aromatic, given its Gewürztraminer heritage. And then it's just going to be a really, really soft, kind of an indicator of its Semillon heritage. This was supposed to be that wine that really captured the imagination of the new American wine drinker. Currently, there are only 22 acres of Flora in the entire world. There are only 2 vineyards left here in the United States. One is in Oregon, where this wine is coming from. The other is down in Yountville. It's a vineyard that's owned by Schramsberg. The other 2 places in the world where this grape is found is in Australia and in New Zealand. This is also brought to those countries by Dr. Olmo himself. So my project, while it started out by just wanting to make a Semillon, has sort of exploded into this wider story of not only just the roots of what Oregon wine is really all about, but roots of American wine. These are not your typical Oregon wines, I realize. There isn't a Pinot Noir tonight. There isn't a Pinot Gris tonight. So I apologize ahead of time for that. Having said that, most of these grapes, however, were planted much older than any of those other grapes. So these grapes are older than 99.9% of all the grapes that were planted in Oregon. And if we are hitting a reset, I think now is the time to do so. Let's learn about what Oregon can be. We are not a one-trick pony. We are not just one grape. We are not 1.5 grapes. We're not even just 2 grapes. We can grow a lot of things there. We have a really incredible expansiveness of wine, of microclimates there. The Willamette Valley is just a small little piece of that. Where I also make my wines is in the northern part of the Willamette Valley, so relatively cool climate. It is different soils than what are commonly referred to as. These are all low soils. It's a windswept soil. This is a soil type that you can successfully own vines in, which is a real rarity in the world of wine. most of those early vineyards were all home rooted. We'll touch upon that more and more as we talk about each of these wines, because it's really important in the context of why these wines are so different than everything else. These wines are at the core of not necessarily proving that he was wrong or right, but that his vision was correct. He had an amazing foresight, and I'm just really honored and happy to be able to turn these grapes into something that he probably truly believed was attainable. He just is not really fortunate to see.